So, hello.
Hello.
Can you see something different about the shed?
We have a guest.
Yay.
In real life. How good is
in
that?
real life.
I've just popped round the corner.
So we've had Cathy before on Zoom. We've now got Cathy in person, which is really nice. And we have been yattering and forgetting to record. So we're now going to record some really interesting things. It's sunny today, so we were looking at the sunshine. And we're saying how lovely it makes us feel free, makes us feel open, makes us feel better. And Cathy started saying about how it works in her work.
Yes, in your practice, because Cathy is an expert. She is the mindset stylist. So is very aware of how external circumstances make us kind of feel internally.
Yeah, absolutely.
So now over to you.
Yeah,
How is the weather for you?
Well, it's really lovely today, isn't it, to see the sun, and it gives us a boost in energy and in our mood and that kind of thing. And actually, what sunlight does, we were chatting earlier, is it boosts serotonin. So one of the things that you will find, we've got Mental Health Awareness Week coming up next week.
We have actually, yes.
We've got Mental Health Awareness Week, and the theme this year is about anxiety. But the reason I've raised that is that sunlight and getting out in sunlight and getting out in nature, you know, is one of the big tips, isn't it?
Yes, it is.
For managing anxiety, managing depression. So there's a whole area out there beginning to get much more common, I think, called ecotherapy.
Wow.
So I know you like the sea. I like
do.
the sea. Blue Mind.
Yes.
Blue Mind ecotherapy. Forest bathing in Japan.
Yes.
You know, so it's just when you yes, I deal with the mind, conscious and unconscious mind, but there's a whole, you know, you need a holistic approach. There's a whole
because
that we bring into it as well.
It's nice to get out, it's nice to do something, but I always feel it's deeper than that there's something in us that connects, almost being weird, at the energy, that energy in ourselves and the energy of.
I think
definitely.
I mean, I think that, being in the sea, I think actually there's one thing, looking at the sea is one thing, which is great, but actually being in the sea, for me, I do actually feel it's almost like connecting to some kind of primal element there.
Absolutely.
So whether I was an amoeba in a previous life.
Well, first of all, we're 70% water. We are energy. I mean, we are just a different form of energy. We are all energy. We're all we're an energetic vibration, and we're 70% water. We come into the planet surrounded in the womb by water. So some people have a fear of water, but you know, it's a natural. It's a natural state response, though, to be in. Yeah. I mean, so it's kind of
fear or love.
Yeah.
Shows that we have that. It's not nothing, is it?
No.
It's nothing.
And we're at one, like you said, Anne. We you know, okay, we might be going into the sort of higher consciousness universe type side of thing, but it's that feeling of unity. We are one.
Yeah.
We're at one with nature, and I think that's why things like obviously for ecotherapy, Blue Mind, all of that, it's kind of taking you a little bit outside of yourself. So rather than ruminating, you know, on the negative thoughts and isn't my life terrible and all of that, it's you're getting out into this expanse and seeing that there is something beyond.
So is that something that you might say if you had somebody who was, for whatever reason, anxious, depressed, those kind of things? Is that alongside with what you might do with them? Might you recommend something like that? Is that something that you might say?
Yeah, definitely. There's, you know, so obviously things like when you have low mood, getting at the serotonin we've talked about before is a big thing, because you have to make serotonin in the brain, you know, so getting out and boosting your mood like that is something that you can do, because you can imagine somebody who's struggling with depression has ruminating thoughts a lot of the time. There's three in the work that I do. There's usually three key things that kind of underlie depression. So number one is the negative the negative thoughts,
So the self-talk,
the self-talk,
chatter.
the inner critic that I'm not good enough, I'm not worthy, I don't matter, I'm not significant. So there's that element of it. The other element of it is that you feel you feel different. You don't feel the same as everybody else. And then the kind of final
That
element,
imposter syndrome that people
yeah, you don't, nobody understands.
But you're also
They don't-
separate from the
there's-
world.
They're
in a way.
separate
Yeah.
from that, yeah. And then the third thing is that lack of connection.
And
You know, the
it
connection
strikes
that
me
comes
that
from.
what you're saying is if we're all energy and we know that a table or a chair, surprisingly enough, has got a lot of gaps in it because it's energy that holds it
But it's
together.
It's matter, isn't it?
It is matter that holds us. We have an instinctual knowledge when we get out there that we are part of a greater whole, and the whole is always greater than the sum of the parts, and it
Yeah.
feels like we can find that. So I think, as you say, so on a chemical basis we understand it, but on a woo-woo basis it's really good for us as well.
We understand it on that basis, but most people don't, do
but
they?
it doesn't matter.
That's the thing.
As long as they
So-
do it and feel better.
Yeah,
So that's right. You don't even have to intellectualize.
you don't.
it.
No,
you don't.
You know, you could say, so let's have these thoughts, you know, am I, and I think that's quite an interesting, it's a good, interesting kind of things for people to think about. And I used to say, I guess when I lived in the States and, you know, and people say, how are you doing? I'd say, oh, I'm feeling a bit low. And they would immediately, the answer would be, you know, well, either have you taken a pill for it, or two, could you blame somebody for it? And I'm going, no, I'm just feeling a bit low.
Yeah.
But it's almost like that difference between feeling a bit low, the natural, you know, things like that, and then recognizing that actually maybe I am depressed. You know,
and
so it's
like,
like, oh right, have I got these kind of things
Oh,
going
yeah,
on for
absolutely.
me?
Yeah.
Right, then maybe I need to do something about it.
Yeah.
But
You know,
I
Yeah,
think
definitely.
But I
yeah.
think being part of that whole, we all want to be part of, and it feels like being out, enjoying the sunshine, feeling free is what we need to do.
So I think on that
Definitely.
note, that's our recommendation.
Yes, because it's Friday afternoon.
There's
And you know, I've got to get out on a paddleboard.
There we
Mind
go.
therapy for the
Brilliant.
mindset stylist.
Excellent.
We're going to let Cathy find her paddleboard and leave it there.
All right.
Thank you. Bye.